Another music star has been caught in another web of controversy. This time, Nigerian rapper Panshak Zamani, popularly known as Ice Prince Zamani, has been remanded in Ikoyi Correctional Center. According to the spokesperson of Lagos Police Command, Benjamin Hundeyin, the artist was arraigned at a magistrate's court in Ajah over 3 counts charge of assault, obstruction and abduction of a police officer. Gentlemen, when the story came out, there were a lot of mixed reactions. You cannot even fault Nigerians for having an opinion over this. But it's important that we talk about this because this is crucial for everyone involved to take something away from it. We've not heard from the singer, but of course, Section 10 of the FRS Establishment Act makes it mandatory that everyone should have a plate number boldly displayed on the vehicle. So, of course, nobody is above the law.
Yeah. It's quite unfortunate, taking it from 2 angles. One, I'm the coordinator of the Celebrity Special Marshals in Nigeria. So I know what we're talking about. And for an artist, a popular artist for that matter, in these days of insecurity, to be driving a vehicle without a plate number, that in itself is a problem. Suspicion, people will be suspecting you. The security agencies were suspecting and the rest of them. He was stopped, according to what we heard. And he was asked why he didn't have it. He gave reasons. Then those within the checkpoints, the policemen said, okay, let's take you to the police station where you explain yourselves and identify yourself and give reasons why you are driving a vehicle. At that order, it was about 3 a.m. So, and he agreed, only for him to halfway threaten to throw the policeman into the lagoon and all blah, 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 blah. And it was, but it's the way of artists generally. For close to about 7-8 years. I was the artist and promotions manager of Sony Music in Nigeria, and I have close to about 20 artists that I was supervising and superintending over. And artists behave irrationally, but that does not make it normal. And this kind of a thing, I expect that as an artist, you are an ambassador, because people look forward to you. People look up to you for certain behavior. The fact that the police even gave you the opportunity to be able to take you to the station is enough. Some will not even give you that. If as far as it's in the night, there are instances where you'll be sure that the police, some other countries, the police will just open fire because they don't know who the person is. In these days of terrorism, kidnapping, and the rest of them, so I expected someone like Ice Prince to have behaved himself in a manner that portrays him as an artist. Somebody I never met him before. I love his music. Every one of us like the music. But certain behavior is expected of individuals, whether you're a celebrity or not. How he could have been driving without a vehicle without a plate number is what I don't understand. Is it that the vehicle doesn't have a plate number, or he purposely removed the plate number in the night for whatever reason? But good enough, the police did the right thing, because by the law, within 24-48 hours, you're supposed to be charged to court, and that was what they did, and it has been held. And I believe by Monday, he was granted bail. By Monday, I'm sure he'll be able to perfect his bail. Then we'll take it off from there.
All right, Mr. Adewale, while you tell us your reactions about that, many of us were asked, how did the policeman get into Ice Prince's car?
Yeah, we don't have the full picture of what actually happened. In other countries, we'll have been able to see the video footage. But you know that in Nigeria, CCTV is rare on our highways. And that's why it's important for establishing justice, what actually happened. If we had seen the video footage, we'll have been able to know, all that took place. But I think that was a very odd hour, 3 a.m. And for policemen to be on the street tells you a lot of people are making sacrifices for your security and for my security, while many of us are asleep. They're on the street there trying to look for criminals, left their families and children at home. So we need to appreciate the sacrifice they are making. And I think that if we are driving without plate number, it is absolutely wrong, because especially given the context of insecurity in the country, where there are threats of terrorism and all sort of things. So for reports that kidnap the policeman and even threaten to throw the policeman into the lagoon, I think it's quite unfair. I know that artists are quite, some of them are rash, but they're also very decent artists. I know some artists that would not have behaved that way, because the whole essence of music is for you to, be a kind of inspiration, especially somebody who's just 38 years old. A lot of young people are looking towards you as their role model. So I think you should realize that there is nobody that is above the law, no matter your position. You have to respect the constitution of the country. And I think I know what is where this case will be swept under the carpet. If he's going to get some tickets or fines, I mean, the police must ensure that justice is done.
All right, gentlemen, we now have Bikeo joining us from Abuja. Hello, Bikeo. Are you there? All right. Okay, before he joins us, let's quickly move on. All right. Thank God you're here, Mr. Chris. Most celebrities are yet to learn to compose themselves properly in public. How do you think you can make them imbibe all of this culture?
Yes. As I said earlier on, some of them, not all, at times behave in a rational manner. Not only as creative people in the creative industry. Sometimes they behave in a way and manner that they see themselves as celebrities who must be respected, who must be done, and rest of them. But for me, they should also imbibe some level of consciousness. As I said earlier on, they're ambassadors. People look up to them. They have a very huge fan base. This is not the first time. There have been so many of them of recent behaving in a way. Naira Marley is in court because of some of the behavior. You remember Naira Marley, that the case is still in court. And there has been so many others. Recently, a Nollywood actor was sentenced for alleged rape. It's no longer alleged because he was sentenced as well. So, and there have been such. If it's another person, it wouldn't make news. Do you know how many people police arrest every night for such behaviors? But because they see you as an ambassador, they see you as somebody that will be respected. They see you as an influencer, as you will be. So, certain level of respect is given you. And for the artist, we're asking the question: how come that a policeman find himself in the vehicle of him? How else will he arrest? Because one is to keep him there until morning. It's for him to be detained with the police till morning until you fully identify you. The fact that you say you're an artist or you're a social person doesn't mean that. You have to be able to identify yourself, one. And what he engages in is more like, it could be a civil case, but it's criminal in nature. So he must be investigated to, first of all, to find out whether even the vehicle that he's driving, whether he was not stolen, whether it belongs to him, and the reason why he was. So I think the police did the right thing, but some of these our artists should.
All right, Bikeo, welcome to the program. Now let's have your reactions concerning this particular issue. And how would you advise Nigerian celebrities to properly comport themselves rather in public? So would you not have a continuous embarrassment of this nature?
I must say I'm disappointed in Ice Prince. He's one of the artists from northern Nigeria that I had tremendous respect for, because it's not just an artist, he's also an intellectual. We've interviewed him before, he's very deep. And he was holding the flag of northern Nigeria proudly. So I expected the level of behavior that would be edifying from him, especially for someone who rose to become the vice president of Chocolate City, before he eventually left that position. So to beat up a policeman, abduct him, and even threaten to throw him inside the river, it's not the kind of conduct that you expect from a role model. I think that our artists have disciplinary issues. You saw what happened to Kiss Daniel in Tanzania when he refused to honor his obligation to play at a concert. And you've seen Naira Marley, who is on record to be the only artist across the world who entertained people during the global lockdown. All over the world, concerts were frozen. Well, it took an irresponsible Nigerian artist to go and do a concert in Abuja, for which he was put on trial and convicted by the mobile court. He still has other issues related to advance fee fraud and use of marijuana on his neck. We also saw his lawyer convicted the other day. So artists will realize that they are being watched and that they are role models. So when they openly smoke cannabis in public, when they sing about sex all the time, and when they disrespect law enforcement agents and even threaten law enforcement agents with death, people are watching them, and young people are likely to imbibe such inglorious conduct on their part. So I'm really ashamed of Vice Prince, and I hope that his trial will enable him reflect over his irresponsible conduct, and other artists will learn from that. I hear that the police recorded the scene, they recorded what happened. That could certainly earn him conviction. I hope that this will be a lesson for others. We abuse the police, we disrespect the police all the time, but it is not right. Somebody spit into the face of a policeman the other day. Now we have a prominent Nigerian artist beating up a policeman, abducting a policeman, and threatening to drown him in a river. It's really shameful.
Thank you, BK. Thank you very much, gentlemen.